to Boston, lives in a world she's lost in, victim of compromise. He's staring at her Aberdeen heart, London eyes, Glasgow bones. She's a whistle in the catacombs, a paradox. He's in love with the statue in a marble block. He's in love with the girl that time forgot. She just shakes her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let him taste her tears. She's falling too far. The girl that time forgot. Wasted moments, full of potential atonement, an angel in disguise. But he can see her Aberdeen heart, London eyes, Glasgow bones. She's a whistle in the catacombs, a paradox. Oh, he's in love with the statue in a marble block. He's in love with the girl that time forgot. She just shakes her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let him taste her tears. She's falling too far. The girl that time forgot. You let her go, catacombs. You let her go, let her go, catacombs. You let her go. She just shakes her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let him taste her tears. She's falling too far.
Salve, salve galera, dentro de alguns minutos começará o jogo da SK Game contra Immortals, valendo pela etapa rodada do dia número 20 da ECS América. Tamo junto, um abraço.
Tira, galera, pra vocês colocarem
Welcome back to the show. Overpass begins with Immortals on the CT side. Pistol time. Steel with the defuse kit and the flash. Fallen with grenades for his team. Molotov could end up in the water, stopping the CTs from peeking with a crossfire around the corner, should they go to B, but there's no indication of that. The bomb left practically in T-spawn by the T side. 3 players starting for Immortals in the B bomb site. It's a slow start. Ooh, the crouch from KNG, the new man on the Immortals team, but he will not be successful. As for trying to avoid further gunfights, he wants to take them on his terms, and his terms are very quickly appearing in short B, and those are the CTs getting taken out from the B bomb site. Immortals now, what do they do with the last 2 players? Steel's made his way, ooh, some quick headshots actually. They're keeping it competitive, are the Immortals players. 2 USPs on the T side. That will extend the range of the fights for the T's. Fallen dropping some flashes. He still has his Molotov, but doesn't really have a position with which to throw grenades at this point. He'll manage to deploy it onto the balcony, and then Fer gets the headshot onto Henny, leaving Steel alone in 1 versus 3. Double peek comes in, and that's the round for SK Gaming. Nice. So far, so good. Excuse me, my sound has completely died in my headphones. I'm not sure what I've done. But anyway. Oh, there it is. Okay. It started working again. I'm back. I was a bit distracted by that, which is why I might sound weird in that round. For those of you at home who like to go for the B rush on the T side, go for an A rush. Go for a short A rush instead. Because people... Is your mic muted? Okay, because people expect the B rush. I can't hear you. I don't know. Production is Yanko muted? Let me know.
Hello.
There we go. Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello, Dan.
Hello, hello.
B rush or A rush, Dan? On a T pistol of Overpass.
B rush.
That's the wrong answer, Dan.
Why?
Because it's A rush.
But why?
Because the B rush is too obvious.
It doesn't matter if it's too obvious, because your engagements are more favorable. Am I muted? I can't hear myself.
You're not muted. It's not more favorable if there are less people on A.
What I think is that you can overwhelm the CTs way more easily, and you get good engagements, whereas you don't get good engagements unless you can make it all the way to the A bomb site, and the CTs can get more shots off on long ranges.
But they're going to be on B.
Yeah, and you can play the numbers game with good ranges, right? You can swarm them. It's much harder to get like...
But there's less people to swarm on A.
But it's like, you almost want... I mean, it's almost better just killing them all straight away. Right, yeah. Right?
But they could kill you as well, whereas you could
But like, okay, but you're always advocating the fact that like it's way better. Like obviously the range advantage is so much better for the USP, but the thing is like when the Glocks get close to you and they're jumping around corners, it's impossible to kill them with USPs, especially not calmly, and you have to like empty your entire 12 bullets to kill like one player.
Yeah, but you could look in monster, and then they're all in a funnel.
Yeah, but you don't want to just go monster. You can split it.
A rush, mate. A rush. I am right, and you are wrong, and that is a fact, according to the book called Facts of Bardolph, available in all good bookstores.
What did Yanker say? What was Yanker's opinion?
A rush or B rush on pistol round for T's?
B.
What is that? What your logic is? I don't know, mate. It's just come on.
Yeah, let's go A, where there's long ranges everywhere and we can get destroyed before we even get to the bomb site.
There are going to be 3 people B, so rush A.
How do you know that?
Because B's too obvious.
Even still, like you just crushed them. You're instantly close range and jumping around corners, swarming them. Right? It's more easy. It's more easy.
If anything, the CTs play passive B towards graffiti and CT spawn or heaven, and you can get the bomb down at least.
I'm rushing A because I'm a beast. And so is KNG. Double up straight off the bat for Immortals, losing the pistol, saving their money. And that's a nice early pick for them because you see the lack of utility thanks to the force buys and such. SK, what is your response? They have to assume Henny is AWPing if KNG is AWPing. They'll know that much. So now it's a dangerous creep around the Overpass map to try and identify where Henny's playing.
But if there's anybody to get into the heads of the opponent AWPer, then it's going to be Fallen, right? Like Fallen's going to be a guy that can read the positions well. He's going to take good guesses because he himself has been and can still be the best AWPer in the world, especially on a map like Overpass. So get to avoid stuff. I like that play from Taco actually, just going out for the engagement. Oh, that's not a miss you can make. Phelps takes down Henny pretty easily.
Bad miss. And
now that's opening things up for SK,
who are still at a man disadvantage. Immortals have a reasonable hold, but the hold on A can quickly disappear for the team. And there are flashes on SK, but they are held by the close man Phelps. They're going to go for a double peek instead. KNG spotted. Bolts. Oh, look at the Molotovs flying in. It's going to limit where the CTs can stand, and then may not be prepared to protect themselves from the oncoming pushes. Bolts will save KNG's bacon. And again, the CTs retain the man advantage. Cold looking to plant the bomb. There's no flank coming in from the CTs. 10 seconds left and Fallen firing off warning shots, but KNG's there again and again and again. Coldzera taken down. 3 players surviving for Immortals. They may have time to collect that second AWP if they want it. There it is. 3 kills from new man, KNG. Starting off on B, finishing off on A. He is everywhere. He is omnipresent, Yanko.
You know what was the problem?
What?
In that late execute, they missed the Molotov for stairs. Basically, it went too far, and it kind of popped behind. I think that was missed. I think the goal was to molly off the rotation. So that may have allowed Phelps to live, and SK would have had a more favorable after plan situation. But still, they have a very good buy. They have an opportunity to keep the pressure on Immortals, and they decide to go for a slower round, spreading around in a default. Run boost.
Oh, he tries to go for it and doesn't work out. It doesn't really work out for King, and that's going to be some nice ground gained by SK Gaming. Why are you looking at me weird, Yanko?
What are you doing with your arms?
It was communication with production.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. As letting them know that everything's okay.
Thought you were doing some kind of weird celebration.
Because I wanted some more volume in my headphones. That's what the people like on rap videos always say. Like if they're in like a studio, it's like
turn me up in the headphones.
Yeah, turn me up in the headphones. That's what we're doing. We're doing that. It's getting turned up.
Turn up.
Turn up.
Not to be confused with getting turned.
What does that even mean? I can't remember what it means.
I think it's like getting drunk in the club or something.
All right. Okay. All right. So Fallen. Oh, of course he gets that shot. He knows before King KNG. Oh, I shouldn't do that. KNG is actually. We'll go.
KNG.
I don't think I'm going to say that. So good move from Coldzera as well to get the entry onto Henny.
Legitimately.
And the SK train slowly moves forwards, and it's a hard thing to stop. It's just slowly getting into that bomb site, and they have smokes everywhere now, going for the full execution. All the plant in front of the container, and there's a cover from Taco. What a mate. What a mate.
Mates. Coldzera finally taken down on the site. Only had 20 HP, now he's gone. No smokes, no grenades to drive out these SK players. It's going to be hard, this retake for Immortals. Steel just charging in towards the toilets, but he'll get taken down by Taco. Leaving Luca subject to a potential double peek. Uses the USP to try and fake flash, but it will not work out. And SK take the round. There are some sorry Immortals faces. 4-1 in favor of SK, looking fairly calm, chilled out at the moment. We've seen they've been releasing some of the is filming another one, it seems. If you look on the Reddit, you'll see one of those videos. I think versus Cloud9 from the inside the house perspective. So now it can be the on the stage perspective, which Dead is currently filming. Immortals on pistols at the moment. Fur, the man on the expedition with the Mac 10. I think we had a famous explorer recently pass away from the UK. I think it's Ralph.
Ralph Fiennes?
Yeah.
He passed away?
Did he? Let me see. Maybe I'm lying.
What?
Someone
He died?
Let me see. Let's just focus on the match there.
Whoa.
So Dan was very shaken by that.
Yeah. He's a badass. That guy is amazing.
Oh no, it's not him. It's not him.
Oh, thank God. Well, we have...
Thank God.
Thank God.
It's like when someone's receiving an award for a music album, first person I want to thank is God.
Which is not a person.
that would indeed be quite interesting. If someone were to say that, that would actually be the best moment ever. But yeah, Ranoff finds
You know
is
what
an
was
explorer.
hilarious, Dan, as we have an eco round happening.
Okay.
Yesterday, me and James went down to the lobby bar to grab some food, and there was a Cavaliers versus Golden State game on the TV, and we were like, oh, awesome, let's watch the game. The finals have started, blah, 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 game one. Only to realize today that actually that was a replay of like the last year's finals. And that the first game is like Thursday next week, and I was telling James about all the stuff that happened like last year and giving him the storyline and everything, and it was actually a replay.
That's
amazing. We didn't figure it out.
It did say
Like we were
it
watching for
said
10
game
minutes.
7 on the TV, and you said it's game 1, and I was like, I'm sure it said 7. It literally said game 7.
I knew it definitely had to be the first game if it's this year's finals, but they were actually replaying the last year's game, which
That's
makes
so good.
sense, like building hype before this year's finals start. But
That's amazing.
I'm just amazed at how like we were watching and thinking it was live.
You're a basketball fan, I'm just a casual pleb. I don't know. It's all the same to me.
You got a lot of basketball shoes though. Do you ever play basketball?
No, they're just comfortable.
So you're a poser. You're a poser.
Maybe I just like comfortable shoes, no matter their source.
I suppose that's possible.
6-1 is on the way for SK. Immortals not off to a good start on their CT side of Overpass. KNG unable to save anything. Henny with just the 1 kill at the moment, but it's still early days. But I mean, with 6 rounds on the board, Immortals can't really afford to let them get many more. Saw Phelps there in full chill out mode, and there's Henny. Man like Henny back on the AWP with his teammate KNG. So I do wonder how common this will be, the double ops on the Immortal side.
The double up is indeed a strong one on that CT side. It's going to be fun to watch. I'm excited. Fallen single op in it. I say fallen single op, not as if you can dual wield ops. That would be pretty impressive. KNG though, oh, misses the flick shot, and that's going to be SK now claiming Suez control. And it may feel as though they're posturing that B play, but actually we get the bomb just running, sprinting its just all the way into the A bomb site. I love the sense of immediacy here from the SK side. They realized what had happened with the rotations, how they were threatening towards B, and that they could get into position here very quickly. And this is going to work out. Fallen now going very aggressive with the AWP, only to be stopped by some smoke. and there's still a minute left to play. That's how you do it, and all the pressure's on Immortals. The guessing game is there, and Taco, we've seen it previously, trying to entry frag through short, this time unsuccessful. I think last time it was also unsuccessful, but maybe his team can be successful as they now wrap around towards the monster area to go for the final push.
3 Ts remain versus the full Immortals side. Seems they were trying to avoid the AWPs, but it's cost them a lot of lives. Fer and Cole trying to make it happen. 3 kills on the B bomb site, and now there's Henny on the high ground, and Henny again to finish things off.
I have breaking news, guys.
Okay.
So, KNG actually is abbreviation for Calango, which is a species of lizard in Brazil. And his nickname is KNGV because V stands for Vito, which is his name.
His name is Vito.
So this is like lizard Vito.
V-I-T-O.
This is like, yeah, this is like lizard Vito. Well, it's probably like longer than Vito, which is just like shortened. But so he's a lizard basically. So we're just gonna call him Lizard. Lizard with the kill on to Fallen.
There's a lizard in Soul Calibur. For those of you who like fighting games, M-Lizard.
You also have Blizzard.
Some trivia for you. Yeah, lizard with a blee. Anyway, I don't know what the hell's going on right now. 3 versus 3. what a random throw. Oh my god, I've just completely put off my game down talk.
Cole's still alive, First still alive as well in this 2v3. And the interesting thing is the positioning from Fer. He's all the way in the A bomb site now, just wrapping up that A long area. And the bomb is, of course, lost, but there's time to play with. If Cole just keeps him entertained, he gets another frag. Maybe they could have pulled something out of the bag here as Fer was ready with the flank, and it won't be the case. He has to do it all alone. They'll likely have no idea he's here, but he will be making some sounds. So now you can see that potentially, is attention turning? Well, Fer's attention is turning straight onto Steel's face, and it is no more. But with 7 HP, there's not much more to do. Ooh, I say that though, almost making a frag there. Should his aim have been a little bit to the right through the wooden boards, and you can see the
and out of focus, and in focus.
Yeah.
Triggered.
So yeah, very nice round there from Immortals in the chaos there, able to make it happen. And very chaotic. Obviously, had not if not for Henny pushing aggressively, and generally Immortals playing aggressively in that round, so they could wrap into.
That's a bad miss.
Connector wouldn't have been the case. There's a criticism that Yanko had of Luminosity yesterday, that they need to be more aggressive against SK. You can't be played passively against SK. And we're seeing Immortals are showing us necessary aggression.
Yep, just the way it has to be against SK Gaming, and Immortals finally getting their foot back into this game. It was looking for a brief moment that SK is running away with it, but and also you have to take into account these players just know each other so well. You know, they spend a lot of time together. They practiced a lot against each other, so they know the tendencies of each other really well. The defaults, where are players positioned in those situations, and that's why it may be easier for Immortals to go aggressive versus SK, because they might have a better idea where the aggression needs to be directed at.
Fallen and Fer making their way into B. They've got 3 players to entertain. Henny not going to re-peek, or is he? He is. He's still going to tag Fallen, and Lucas will finish things off. No shortage of aggression from one of the most aggressive players, I think it has to be said, in professional CS at the moment, Henny, and he's got the skill to back it up as well. Dangerous player. Immortals getting their fourth round on the board, catching up to the score of SK, currently sitting on 6. You see the buy wheel, the Counter-Strike buy wheel. Remember old Counter-Strikes, you could just disable the menu entirely and use the text menu, but no, we must have a wheel. 3 Tech 9s on SK, forcing it up around 2 AK-47s. So far, the trades will be unfavorable. As I say that, they make it a 3-on-3. 2 AWPs remain, though. Again, these dangerous Brazilian AWPers. So many dangerous AWPers from Brazil. Currently in top flights Counter-Strike. There's Henny delivering another kill at long A. Taco and Phelps remain. And I thought this might be a problem for the SK side to deal with. Maybe adjustment is required to get round the likes of Henny and KNG. We'll see how it progresses on the T side. Phelps alone now in 1 versus 2.
Yeah, absolutely doable. Again, SK have a pretty fast pace to their rounds, generally speaking. So whenever you get to this mid-late rounds situation, it's actually like there's a minute left at least usually. So that gives the clutching player a lot of time to work with, and that also means that it's very hard for the CTs because even in this situation with the man advantage, they have to spread out. They have no idea what's going on. There's so much time for Phelps to play with that everything's called into question. And Phelps will make his way in towards this A-bomb site, and he can get himself a plant, perhaps giving the sound cues away now. But he should have enough time to get the plant off without a hitch, and he can fall back onto the toilet's position most likely if that's where he wants to go. But smoking things off, there is the Molotov before he falls back and away. So Phelps playing close in A long. Let's see if he can clutch this one out. It's going to be tough.
Banking on the fact that the Immortals will spend time figuring out where he is, but Lucas is coming in from the toilet's position, so they should have a good inkling that he's either going to be long or around Optimus, and now they should know it's long. Nobody home. Both players have a kit. Now Henny can hold the angle, but it seems they're still not convinced. I mean, Phelps, he could have rotated around the toilets from long, but indeed, Henny will spot him before he can do anything about this defuse. 5 to 6, Immortals continue the comeback. SK still have the money to buy. Bunch of AK-47s. I don't expect AWP no armor from Taco. With 5250 in the bank.
I feel like you're going to see really aggressive, wow, Henny, man. You know, had the sound cue there, great flick as always. I feel like we're going to see a very aggressive play here, and indeed that's exactly what's going to happen. Just going to charge in. They know the double ops are going to be the choice here, so it's a great way to counter them. Just get into place really fast and try to catch your opponent off guard. Use the utility there to block off vision and get the plant. Force a situation where the AWP has to come to you, and that's going to be a problem for the CTs. Bomb down, and one thing here is that we see Steel being able to hold on to this position, and this smoke can be abused. You can stand on the box. I'm not sure if it's the right smoke to be able to do that, but sometimes you can stand on the box and see over it. Steel will be looking over it as it disappears, and there's one quick kill as now the CTs are in a good stead to retake the bomb site.
What is going on with Phelps? Okay, he's back. Not sure what he was doing before, but he's alive. And he has an angle to stop a defuse from coming in. It's a 10-second defuse in the smoke, which is not going to work out for the Immortals team. They've got 3 kills to find now. One of the last 2 players with a kit defusing the bomb. And I don't think the T's had heard the bomb being defused. They will come in and try to take some money away from the CTs. So that seemed to take them by surprise. Either they just didn't believe it was being defused, or they didn't hear it.
What the hell is going on then?
Don't know, Yanko.
Okay.
Oh,
Is that the extent of that conversation?
Guess that was it.
Okay, great.
Guess that was it. Back to you, James. James is drinking water. He's drinking a lot of water. He's putting the cap back on. What?
You should commentate the game, not what James is doing.
All right. Oh, God.
Damn it, Dan.
Sorry. So we have, right now, Escape, again, keeping the pace. Not super fast this time, but again, having a good pace. We're seeing them not wait around. They just make their way in slowly, safely, using the utility to clear positions. Henny is in trouble, man. He has no idea, surely, that there are 2 or 3 players nearby, and that he just passed them like ships in the night through the smoke. And now Bolts is in a great position. He has support too. This is such a strong setup, to be honest. Because now they're looking for KNG. They might throw deep nades. Bolts has the info, and he can catch them off guard. Here it is, looking around the corner. There goes the nades. Perfect timing. Double and the bomb as well. It's a very strong setup. You've got to be so careful of this.
He will throw some smokes and flashes and get out of that area. Doesn't need to fight for the bomb there. It's a 5 versus 1 now. COUBBLE wondering what has happened to the remainder of his team. Immortals proving strong on Overpass in the recent rounds. Again, they've been playing catch up, but now they're in a great position to take the lead. COUBBLE maybe waiting for what could be an inevitable flank, although one is not required for Immortals in a position where they have not lost a single player and they have control of both bomb sites. Lucas pushing towards T-spawn from B in the meantime. So they will look to take this out of the hands of Cold, who starts approaching the bomb site. We've got Bolts playing the off angle, red health, making sure his gun is well and truly in the wall. The silencer would give his position away if he looked towards the site. So there is a timeout. KNG doesn't want to peek with the AWP in a situation. It will just show some skin at the end. But Cold Zero will hold on to his AK. Great timing from Bolts as the grenade is deployed. He pops out and manages to get the second kill as well. And that being the bomb carrier, really slows down the round for the T side of SK. 6-6 at the moment. And it is a pistol round for SK minus the, well, plus rather, the AK that Cold Zero saved from the previous round. But looks like it may be a difficult end to the half for SK.
They're going to have to. I mean, one thing again is that they've been playing fast, and this is the kind of like weapon loadout that you'd like to keep that pace going. Doesn't change the game plan too much, I think. With all the smokes that they have, they're just trying to get close. The thing that they're really missing is the flashbangs to allow them to get close to the bomb site to set up all the grenades. Because if they play the wall of smokes execution, then they will be in a really good spot to win the round. To be honest, if they're able to get that get close without losing anyone. And he's there, and he's so good in these positions. As Yanko mentioned, this is what he does. Doesn't quite get the third kill, though, close, but no cigar. 3 versus 3 as the bomb can be planted, and the rotation now is in play for the CTs. And they're going to take this slowly, allow the smokes to diminish, and allow their teammates to come in so they can be coordinated all together.
Fallen checking for any flank. They haven't identified that all the Immortals players are on the site. There are 2 people to protect the defuse from coming in, but they're still being careful, Immortals. They know where one of the 2 players is. The other is coming from long. And, ooh, first going to deliver one straight in the head, but they can't stop Steel before he defuses the bomb again. 8-6. SK were in a reasonable position, but couldn't take it over the line. The Immortals will look for their 9th round, but the AKs are coming out for SK once again.
Can we see the scoreboard of Zero Corner? All right. That is all. No, I'm kidding. I wanted to say that you could see how the last couple of rounds all ended by defuses, so close clutch rounds. 2 of those smoke defuses, SK not being able to stop the defuse from happening. 1 round, Cole just saved. So close game so far, but a great job from Immortals. You could also see they were down 6-1, and now they're able to get 7 consecutive rounds on the board and in a good position to get the 9th total.
It's a very tense situation for this last round with 4 AWPs in play indeed, and a diminished utility already for Immortals, but they still have a good amount left. 1 minute left, with 1 minute remaining, and 3 players on A, 2 on B. Very passive setup from Immortals, allowing SK all the space that they'd like to work with, and they're going to take it. First, just exploring. He's an explorer, but let's see how intrepid he is as he makes his way closer and closer to the bomb site. Now, Taco does take, again, just pokes at the bomb site, as he does and as he has been doing, trying to see if he can work his way in there, get the entry, or just get the information for his team. And is speaking of his team, SK are now finding themselves back towards B, looking for a split, and with further to run distraction on the A site where there's 3 players. This is a good setup for SK in the round.
16 seconds, 10 players alive, 4 AWPs on the server. 10 seconds and the first kill is coming in. 8 seconds, how do SK get the bomb down? Henny is dancing around the site, finally taken down. It's a 4 versus 2, and the bomb will get planted with 1 second to spare. Talk about playing it down to the line. Bolts versus 3, they know exactly where he is, and Cold Zero will rip his face off with his bare hands for a 7th round. For a 7th round for SK. Look at all those colors. Christmas tree keyboards for SK. Or was it?
What's your thought on those?
Christmas tree keyboards?
Yeah.
Not my bag of
crisps.
Of Christmas. Or crisps. Yeah. Christmas tree keyboards are not for me.
You mean your bag of Christmas?
I don't know.
Christmas does not come in a bag.
Well, it really does if you think about it. With your decorations and so on, they come in bags, right? So Christmas comes
They come in
bags.
boxes, maybe.
Boxes and bags. If you go to a market, in a bag. If you order on Amazon, then a box. Or somewhere else. Well then, the pistol round will be fought on the B bomb site. There's a flank coming in from Fur, and they can afford that in a 4 versus 2. The bomb will get planted for Immortals, but it's all about winning the rounds. Bolts peppering coldzera, and finally he will get taken down. That's what happens when you don't hit people in the head. They just absorb bullets for days. You need a good 7-8, especially with the Glock. Good 7-8 shots to the chest from range to find a kill. And that's a pistol round for SK. And the plant for Immortals.
And this is where things could start to go wrong for Immortals, because now SK get a great start. They get the money, and with the money comes AWPs. With the AWPs comes aggression, and with that ruthless aggression comes sometimes, more often than not with SK, domination. And so that's what Immortals should be worried about. Again, we saw this yesterday with SK versus Luminosity. They got the ball rolling, and it just got a bit ridiculous on that CT side of theirs. It was a lot of fun to watch, though, from SK's perspective, at the very least. Ooh, just trying to get a cheeky headshot on the flick there from Fallen, but not going to connect. Does get some information, though, which is always nice to have. And now he's going to fall all the way back. But Immortals don't know that. They could still be lurking, so they're going to take their sweet time getting over towards the A bomb sites.
Pistols. That's quite the tight choke point for Fur. I would say it's in an advantageous position, but of course, he'll get headshots straight away. He can move forward now and let his teammates run distraction for him and clean up, and Fur can provide support and a trade. Steel knows Fur is still lurking in this position, and he will start to back off. Steel with a pistol. He's got the bomb. There are 3 players left. He'll try to reset the situation. He may be heard, though, by the players in the toilets moving up to the long area. Indeed, Cold is instantly rotating along, facing and placing Steel in a ziplock body bag onto the next round.
So Immortals there. Bolt's the leader these days, in case you didn't know. Steel, he confided in us yesterday, saying that did switch after Kiev, as Bolts had some new ideas, and he was willing and ready and able to try to lead the team into another direction. We'll see how that goes for them, as they are still, of course, testing the waters there. And the T side is where the difference is made in the largest sense, one would say, as far as calling goes. So we'll see what the character is with Bolts' calling as time progresses on Overpass against the likes of SK, who are taking things fairly passively before they have all the ops in play. Because as you can see, only rifles and a UMP at the moment, with a handful of utility for them as well. Immortals with almost no grenades here. So this is interesting, because I feel as though they have enough smokes to definitely go for an A or a B play, but they don't really have the flashes to clear the angles, to clear all the space towards A. And they don't have Suez control yet either. So I feel no matter what they do, there is some level of gamble going on here.
I'm gonna gamble, Jim. 38 seconds. Slow rounds from Immortals. The bomb now outside the monster tunnel. They've got a smoke grenade left, and that's about it. KNG taken down towards A, and that's pulling players out of the B bomb site. Taco is isolated. He's playing around the pillar, around the barrels, and down he goes. coldzera out of position, trying to get back into B. Will get picked off, so the simple fake has worked wonders for Immortals and put them in a nice position to win.
Yeah, this is a really nice situation, because they don't really have the utility to do a fake properly, but they can use the clock instead as a device to fake with, which is exactly what happened. We saw the over-rotation there from SK, and as you say, they got quite out of position, and that's what all you need oftentimes to get those kills, but maybe they can save the day. There's 3 players coming in for the retake. Phelps is looking desperately for the next one, and there it is. Sees one behind the pillar. That's some good information. Looking for the trade player as well. These positions are pretty intuitive, and every single player is knocked down by the bowling ball that is the SK team.
That is quite the retake from SK. Went down to the wire as well, and it was key. I was wondering if Phelps was going to pick up that diffuse kit. It was in his screen for quite a while, and it became crucial. So really nice pickup from him. See some of the people who've turned up to watch these players play on LAN today. 2-round lead now for SK, and Immortals are on pistols. Deagles Tech 9s a P250 onto Kayenje. Learning Brazilian, or Portuguese rather, with Yanko. Not what you expected.
I'm a man of many talents, James.
I look forward to seeing them, Yanko.
To be fair, he's been doing pretty well at all the stuff we've been throwing at him. As you said, the only thing you have yet to do, Yanko, is stage hosting. Lucky for you, we have a spot open.
Is over.
We have a spot open at the finals. For the sake, let's go. Let's go. That'd be amazing.
I don't think the crowd could handle the amount of hype I would bring.
You could even bring your own soundtrack, like just walk onto the stage like a boombox on your shoulder. That'd be so sick. Playing that with Japanese, like the robot music.
That would be quite the scene.
That'd be so good, wouldn't
If only
it?
you got. Have you tweeted that?
Not yet.
That terrible music.
Not yet. I'm waiting for the correct one.
Okay, look out for Yanko's musical choices for his treadmill expeditions. It's quite curious, to put it mildly. 30 seconds for these two Immortals players to get something done with these Deagles.
There's no way not to get hyped with that, though.
Yeah, but you showed me the lyrics, and they're the opposite of hype. The lyrics are like,
Oh, did you actually? Oh, yeah, you
kind
actually
of
saw them.
incredibly existential.
Yeah, but I don't understand Japanese, so I kind of, you know, I don't really like listen to them all the time. I just hear some random words being shouted.
But now you know. Now you know what it means, the meaning of the song. It's really sad, man.
You sound like you're moved by this song, Dan.
Feels bad, man.
This song is terrible. Please stop showing emotion for this song.
Dude, you haven't seen the lyrics, though.
I don't care what the lyrics are.
You need to see that.
The lyrics are pretty dark.
Both teams on the bye. I think the AWP is headed towards the connector area for the CTs, but I don't know if any will be looking over that smoke. In fact, there's quite significant presence in the connector area from both teams, so we might have quite the firefight on our hands. KNG and the teammate there. You can see the forward position from Senor Fallen and Fur. This round could get pretty crazy pretty quickly.
Cold, here he goes. Oh, well, he does go, but it's not in the way that he would have expected. Henny erases him from this round with that little up of his. And that's going to create a response here. Fallen needs to get aggressive, Phelps needs to get aggressive. They have to do something, and that's not going to be helpful for the SK team. They are getting wrecked at the moment. And Fallen, oh, he's got some swings. When was the last time you were on a swing, James? Because you're massive, you're probably massive for quite some time, so it must be a long time, right? Because I imagine most swings cannot withstand the massiveness, the enormity of you.
Depends on the swing, Dan.
I don't know when I was last on a swing, but I don't think I'd fit in a swing either.
Exactly, yeah. It's. But when was the last time?
I don't know. I just said I don't know.
There must.
I don't record my adventures on
Swinging shenanigans.
When was the last time you were on a swing, Dan?
There's actually in the village where I'm.
There you go.
I was living for a while. There's swings there, and I used to. My best friend used to go there.
Trip down memory lane.
Because we would get so bored, right? And there's in that village, there's like 1,000 people that live there, and no young people at all. So every time like we go back for like holidays or whatever, it's just me and him there. We're like, well, there's not much to do. Let's just go on the swings.
Well then. Funnily enough, I think I remember the last time I was on a swing.
There you go.
Next to the Houses of Parliament, there is a park, and they have swings there. And
why are there no young people in your village?
I don't know. I think because they all try to leave desperately, whenever at any given opportunity.
If you stay, you become like that.
It's a good enough reason to run as far as you can.
Aggressive smokes from the CT side, but the T's are well past it. Triple peak from Fallen. Surely that will cause a rotation. Indeed, numbers 7 and 8, Fur and Phelps, making their way to the A site. And Immortals, after that fast pick, will slow the pace down. Bolt still lurking outside Monster, making sure there's no push from the CT side, or trying to punish one, should there be a push. And indeed, there is a cheeky push from Taco, and Bolts will do his job, taking Taco down, and that pulls Cold back to the B bomb site. SK not sure where to go, what to do. Bolts for second frag, and surely it's time for him to push. And the CTs, what do they do now? It's a 5 versus 2. They saw 3 at long, they lost a player. Bolts has picked off 2 players towards B. What do the final 2 players do? They're already in a very tight net. If they wanted to make a run for it, they have nowhere to go.
They are ensnared. They are ensnared, but perhaps for not too long. 2 quick kills. There's another one. Phelps is delivering all of a sudden, and the bomb needs to make its way to a bomb site. A is no longer the target. They'll have to go to B. Will SK make this read straight away? Will they go with both players, or will they just wait for the plant to rotate as a team? The B bomb site's much more retakeable, so it does make sense to sort of stick together in this situation. But that said, we've got a movement forwards to Connector, which is a really cool play actually out of Mr. Fur. Ooh.
Oh, that's a bad miss.
Oh
Lots
dear.
of grenade spam, and all the panic in that situation may give an advantage. However, he did run through Monster, and I do wonder if he has been heard by his opponents. And now, do they wait? Oh, he's going back looking for the flank, and Henny's trying to flank him, but Fur's ready for it. That leaves Steel in a sandwich, having to push through the smoke to get position. There's a Molotov, which limits where he can stand. Fur baiting him, and Fur will clutch around for his side. What a retake from SK. Wasn't that 2 versus 5?
2 versus 5, James.
Holy moly.
And
holy
what
potatoes.
the hell was that from Immortals? Why aren't they going back to B? Bolts cleared the whole bomb site. He was pushing to flank. Why were they just waiting for him to get a kill and then go away when they could have just went down Connector and planted the bomb at an empty bomb site then?
I don't know, man, but I'm happy that we saw a 2v5 because that was awesome.
I don't know, man.
That was awesome. Mine. So now where do Immortals go? It's not the best buy in the world. Fallen actually missing the flick shot there as well. It's unfortunate for him. And SK are well set up here. As long as they just hold on to this round, that's 13 rounds. They'll be up against, I think, an eco situation unless Immortals get a bomb plant. Yeah, we can see here, their loss bonus, they've been reset. So it's a really, really bad situation. SK can stretch this all the way to the end, and they'll need to because they have no money as well, as you can see. So really important round for both teams. I think the team that wins this round has favor. Obviously, SK with a bit more, as they already have an additional 3 rounds. So as far as map control goes, there's nothing really to shout about for Immortals so far. They're playing it a lot slower than SK were. Previously, SK were getting all the positioning very quickly as much as they could, and here we see Immortals just really taking their time. They haven't cleared anything towards toilets. They've just got one guy in Connector, and now they're coming back for a B play. There is 3 players here to respond, so we'll see how ready they are to deal the damage. Well, that is going to be a quick trade there. Oh, the flashbangs are absolutely spot on, and this spells doom, terror, horrible, horrible things for SK. Fur and Fallen, I mean, they just did a 2v5. I don't know if they can manage a 2v4 as the bomb is planted. There's not really the time to work with, so they will hastily retreat. So SK just losing against the straight up B set piece there. And with these 2 guns saved, if they can save them possibly, will we see a force buy with these 2 guns, Yanko?
I think we will. Simply because whenever you have an AWP on Fallen, that's reason enough for you to follow up. And also you can see that some of the players will have 1400.
Yeah.
And it might be better to force at that point in time.
Yeah, I agreed. And also with the 2, or with one of the rifles dropped, that's a UMP that can be bought in Kevlar on one of those players. So yeah, there's they can have like 3 or 4 guns here, I think. Let's have a look. Oh, 5 guns, in fact. Yeah, so there you go. Just no nades to follow it up with. So it looks very respectable, and the UMP is still very strong. So we'll see if the Immortal side can make this work. Lucas going in for entry fragger duty straight away towards Monster onto B bomb site. No one at barrels. they'll already lose the positioning towards connector. Fallen has that. This is very, very bad right now for Immortals because 2 players are separated from everybody else. They have to win all the fights here, and the bomb is finally making it over there. And with no short control, you have to favor SK here.
TACO at the back of the site, running distraction. There might be a boost from the CTs. Indeed, there will be. And after getting a pick already in this position, you do wonder if Immortals will check this area. Flashbang's coming in, and now Henny knows what's up. There's a flank on the flank. Fur does not realize that Steel is behind him. So I think Immortals will just try to hold formation until Steel can get a pick, but will Steel look as shallow as Fur is standing. Now he may be distracted by Henny, but there we go. Fur moving forward. If he had stayed where he was, he might have got a pick there, but little does he know. The flank was there. That leaves Phelps alone. The bomb's still on the floor. Repositioning, but he gets the 1 versus 1. He knows where Steel is. It's a great grenade, but doesn't do any damage. Steel with a crouch to send the headshot into the jaw. But it's still SK with a 1-round lead. But Immortals looking strong at the moment. I think they may have broken the money of the CT side, so perhaps an opportunity to even things up and then take the lead.
They're also doing a good job of switching up the pace. We saw a couple of slower rounds into executes. This time around, Lucas just going for that contact play for the entry kill. And they do manage to trade effectively and gain access into the bomb site.
So now just the pistols. The expectation is low, but they have aggressive positioning. Immortals, what do you do? What do you do?
It's a nice dog.
Where?
Where could there be?
Oh,
a dog?
right there.
There's only one.
I was like, is there a dog on Overpass? I was like looking, I haven't seen one before on Overpass.
Look how forward SK are. Well, it's an eco. Never mind. I was going to say this would be somewhat out of character, but it is pistols, so they want to be close. Fallen and TACO with a nice double peek, but Fallen's going to be peeking first, and he'll get the 1 kill. TACO's still alive for now, but he'll finally get finished off. 3 kills coming the way of the T side, and COUBBLE will be left on his lonesome. However, he's picked up an AK. However, he's dead. So there it is, 12-12. The loss bonus is not great for SK, so their buy might be lacking. We'll see. It is coming in at the moment. There is a purple HUD.
What color is your HUD?
I think it's green. It might be orange.
Because of
Or
Face
white.
It?
I can't actually remember. I have no idea what color it is. That's
Orange
weird.
because of Face It?
No. I have a pink crosshair.
Well, here comes the push straight in through the monster tunnel into the B-bomb site. TACO looks like he's very ready indeed. So nice snap onto the head of KNG there. And that first kill goes a very long way in situations like this, but the trades do come back for the Immortals side. All Fallen, I think, trying to jump across there. We'll throw the smoke down, blocking vision. This is really important. That smoke stops the Ts being able to push forwards and allowing better rotation for the CTs. Fallen sitting in the smoke, playing around it, trying to get very tricky here. And, oh my god, launching himself through. That is very, very heinous aggression there from Fallen. It's going to pay off massively. And right now the bomb is ticking away, but these players are all smoked off and stuck by short. We'll have to see whether or not the CTs of SK can get a good read as to what's going on here. Now, they should have the information to realize that the remaining players are on short. They have to know that both are here. Otherwise, the trade setup is going to be too strong, and it will overwhelm them. And it looks like that might be the case here. Trying to pressure the bomb, but it's starting to tick pretty quickly. Nicely done by Fallen. What a beautiful round from him for the quad kill.
It's a hero play, jumping over the smoke to kill the bomb planter. Really fun stuff. I expect we'll see more of that in the future. We've seen both teams do good things using this jump, but this was, I can be a hero, baby. Nice 4K from Fallen. And again, opportunities come and gone for the Immortals team, but they're still on the buys, as both teams are. 2 UMPs on SK, so Immortals will have the superior buy despite losing the round. But will they be able to take advantage of that? That is the question. They'll have to establish where SK might be playing. We'll see if they venture towards long again with some flashes. Indeed, Fallen is over towards long with the scout for this round, and COUBBLE will be the AWPer. Steal with a boost, expecting some aggression from the CT side, but none just yet. Holding formation, RSK.
So Connector is very available here. Connector's a really important position to allow yourself options late into the round for the T side. So if you want to go for a default and you develop map control here, then the map control you have on toilets and sewers becomes way more valuable because, of course, you have rotation available. However, nice shot onto Henny. Doesn't go down, but that damage can be also quite impactful. Swapping out the guns, though, as both players did get legged. Now it's going to be a case of for getting value out of this UMP here. Does he get a flash from a teammate? How does the situation go? Looking to go for the play here. He's got great intuition, has for... Oh, that's a problem. He's been spotted now. Goes for the jump, almost taking down Henny. That would have been a massive frag, but Henny's still in play. And the push comes onto 8.
Full rotation from the CTs, but can it get here in time? 17 seconds for that bomb to get planted. There's no grenades, no flashes, no nothing for the SK team. Taco can't afford to run through the smoke anymore, the Molotov rather. And Cole is still on a B bomb site, so I do wonder, well, 5 versus 2, I guess they've got no choice but to abandon ship. And we're going to start to trade rounds here between these two teams. And look at the money on SK. 4 players have literally 0. So it's going to be 1,400 across the board of 2,400 for Taco. That's rough.
Yeah, Yanko, for me this round was a lot about just SK playing like too passively, because they had no information basically at all as to what was going on until the push was coming to the A bomb site basically, and then it comes down to who gets the entry frags, right? So I mean I think the only information they got was from short looking in towards door. There was a shot, and then after that this fell back immediately, and that was it for info. So are they playing too passively here to allow Immortals to do this?
I think they are, but to be honest, it looks to me like SK is doing that deliberately, like trying to run that style. Like we saw yesterday against Luminosity on Cash, they were also super passive, which is something that you don't really see from SK. And then when they switched to Overpass, they were actually hyper aggressive. So I think this might even be SK just trying to practice in a live environment, seeing as how they already secured their spot at the finals. And talking to Taco, not just in the interview, but they also said one of the reasons why they will be attending so many events and spending so much time in Europe, because they want to actually use events as practice to an extent, right? They want to try and play some of the weaker maps in a tournament environment, try to basically just strengthen their weak points.
That's a very cool approach, and it's like the long ball approach, which I like. I really like. That's very cool, actually, from SK. A consistent force to be reckoned with, and that's also an interesting idea as well. Just how long can teams stay at the top 4? Because usually when a team is very dominant, it's only for no more really than a year period. That's like a long time, it feels like, for one team to be very dominant. And we'll see whether or not in this situation with that pick off. Oh my God, Fallen, you are disgusting. Oh, that shot was disgusting. Fallen himself is a lovely man. And that's another lovely shot from Fallen onto Lucas. Another one, perhaps, as he tries to play around this ledge. And the smoke goes down. He's still in this round, finally taken out. But we'll see how much damage, or rather how much his damage has meant to the chances for SK, because they have 2 players oncoming with automatic weapons.
Bomb planted on the CT side, and that was really important. Otherwise, the flank would have killed the round. But it will be Steel killing the rounds, and we can hear them shouting from up here, and they are 2 floors below us.
They're pumped.
That is pretty bonkers.
No,
so,
I'm excited.
Yeah, they're pretty hyped for that one, and it is them in the lead again.
You mustn't forget there's still a chance for Immortals to make the finals.
There is indeed.
It's not all in their hands. They're also dependent on the results that Optic achieves. Optic's last game. I'm actually going to try and find out who Optic is playing.
Well, we have a very fast anti-eco into the B bomb site. Very simple stuff. I like these anti-ecos, stick together, play it fast, play together. Which is what I said, well, first, but... Oh, okay, so Optic playing NRG, Yanko.
Oh, that's the last game. That can be very interesting. NRG has been improving recently, and with a favorable map, it wouldn't be beyond
Comprehension.
comprehension. Thank you,
Yeah.
Dan. For them to lose a map to energy, and that could ruin their plans here.
Oh yeah, yeah, that would be really interesting, I must say. Well, we'll have to see how that one turns out. I mean, I'm curious. I'm very curious how Immortals will develop with KNG as well, because that's one thing that we can't forget. You know, it's going to take a while for him to kind of fit into the team, to develop some roles on the team, to get that flexibility. Because right now he's just kind of slotting into where FNX was. It's not necessarily an easy thing to do.
Right then, it is match points for Immortals versus SK. And SK, they've got a buyout once again. Fallen's managed to eke out an AWP. There's a French gun in tow on Fur and other bits and bobs on the other players. Bomb left in a passive position for now, but who won't be passive is Henny, taking Cold Zero down in early stages of this round. Fallen still in a forward position towards the party area. He can mount an offense to connector fairly quickly, but he's on his own, so that would be dangerous territory for him perhaps. But Phelps, he's gone for a push. He spots Bolts trying to get something done over towards the B-bomb site. Down to 12 HP though, he's got to be careful. Taco peeking Lucas and he'll win the duel. But again, the bomb hasn't been spotted just yet.
KNG great position, catching Phelps. He's on the angle, but needed that headshot immediately. And they get shut down one by one by one. And I have a feeling this will go to overtime. How do you guys feel?
I have no idea. It looks like Immortals have got the money to buy in the next round should they lose this one. At least Steel's got $10,000 in the bank. What about you, Yanko?
What about me? I don't have $10,000 in the bank.
Do you expect this to go to overtime? I mean, how can you have that expectation?
I expect nothing.
Why do you expect that?
Just because SK win this round, they have the op onto Fallen. Generally speaking, pretty close. But if you look at the economy, ooh, okay, never mind. There's still time here for Steel to make this one happen. Got to evolve to that. It might be over. Or here, Steel is in control of the situation at the moment, and SK are going to make their way around on the rotation. And Steel, what does he do? Does he actually go all the way around himself, or does he stay in bank? In the bank, looking to try and do this one. CTs are spotted, gets himself the one-on-one, can't win the battle, and they may try to just find the AWP here, because they get the defuse. It's a fresh plant, so there's lots of time for them to just hold the defuse off for, so they can get an AWP in their hands. We'll see, ask to see if they can do that, but yeah, here are some great moments here from Taco towards the B-bomb site. Wasn't having much luck on the T side opening up the B-bomb site, but he's having some fun defending it. And we do have the AWP there, and no one's spent enough money to buy an AWP, so I think they must have saved it, found it and saved it. So that's good news for them. So now let's see if my assumption is correct, if SK will manage to make this work. Fallen on the boost here. Looking for play into a long. But Immortals are a slow team, so he might be waiting for a while.
Bolts in his usual lurker position towards B. And indeed, Immortals are just in formation, biding their time, waiting around. 1 minute 20. Waiting for SK to exhaust their utility, to get bored of holding the same angle and have slow reactions. To get frustrated, to get impatient perhaps. And still there's little movement from the Immortal side, the old shoulder peek here and there. Henny moving around and out of connector. 1 minute mark, and they are walking in towards the party area. Meanwhile, SK lie in wait. Taco and Cold on B. Fallen has not changed position at all. He's just minding his own business on the long area. But if somebody tries to challenge him, he may shoo them away. And Fur, he's peeking on the A site, and maybe he will pull rotation once he sees players or grenades flying in. And it looks like 3 grenades will be headed in that direction. KNG around long will get cut off by Fallen and the AWP, and now he can focus on the A site for the most part.
A nice first frag. It looks like Immortals are going to be running into quite the setup here from SK. And it looks like indeed it's going to overtime. 15-15. SK will crush Immortals in the 30th round. Now it gets interesting to see whether or not there can be salvation here for the Immortals side, as they had, as I dropped my, what's this called again? Microphone pack, whatever it is. As now they've seen so many rounds from Immortals, they may start to feel a bit more comfortable in how they play against them. As Janko was saying, they have obviously created a situation where they started to play passively. Maybe at this point they've experimented enough. Now it's time to go a bit more aggressive, close the game out. No worry for money. And here is some aggression for you, Janko. Here is some aggression for you, Janko.
Yes.
How about that, Janko?
Yes,
yeah, you happy now, Janko?
Give
Good.
me more.
Nice.
You might be about to get more bolts. Is moving quicker. Fast play from him. Tries to move away from an off angle, but it's not going to work out. Fallen will spot somebody towards the boulder, but it's a 5 versus 3, and they've done enough for now, so we can just move out of position and maybe become bait for Fer, depending on how this works out. Nope, he's rotating all the way back, and Fer will remain in his position. He is playing an off angle at the moment, Fer. If somebody comes around that corner, they're likely to be pre-aiming towards Fallen rather than Fer, so Fallen can become distraction in that sense. And again, it's the Fallen and Fer setup I was talking about before, which we're seeing a glimpse of now on CT Overpass. The remainder of Immortals moving slowly towards A.
Fallen ready and waiting. Flash over the top, slowing things down. And this is great, because Fallen wants to slow things down right now. Taco is on a massive flank. You want to buy time for Taco here. Fer goes aggressive too. So, well, there's buying time, and then there's just killing everyone. Killing everyone works as well. KNG, though, bursting back into the A sites. But Fer does so as well.
Bro fist, high five, let's go.
Did he just high five the bro fists?
I think he did.
And he doesn't even care. Just like, this is what I do. This is who
You
I
hate
am.
to see it.
This is who I am.
Fist is better than the high five. Because if the person next to you's got clammy hands and you've got clammy hands, and that may put you off your game. It's like you've given me clammy hand, you've given me moisture hand. So bear that in mind. If you have clammy hands, please refrain from asking me to shake your hand out of it. Have some help out your fellow man.
I agree.
Or wear gloves. Gloves are fine. If you've got clammy hands, put gloves on. I'll shake your glove.
Maybe you could supply the gloves, James. Here, put this on. Maybe why don't you wear gloves? Boom.
What, like the Queen?
Yeah.
Some posh gloves.
Yeah, get some really posh gloves. I mean, I'm sure there's some gloves in the game that you like. Just put those on.
Could wear some boats gloves.
Replicas.
Can get cold when you're on a speedboat in the spring.
And the upside is you could also take them off and slap someone with them if you want to challenge them to a duel. That's the upside of wearing gloves.
Yeah. Could do that.
Pistols at dawn. Producer Patrick says scuba gloves.
Scuba
But
gloves.
isn't that just a wetsuit?
I have no.
Or is
They're
it
separate. They're separate.
Okay. It's not a massive onesie.
I've got 3mm gloves and 5mm gloves.
Ooh. Well, there's a quick pick there from Taco. More passive approach in this round, but the slow creep from Immortals will arrive onto the A site. B-bomb site, sorry. As we have a defense still looking good, but that's a shot that may be a problem as it was missed, because that's going to be Phelps dead due to that. Steel now kills Cold as well, so definitely a shot that Cold wanted to hit. The implications were huge. But Fallen's coming in. 1 versus 3.
As well.
And let's see if he's going to get something done, or if he's just going to... He's going to tease. It's good to... I mean, even if you're not going to go for it, it's good to like make noise around, just show presence and so on, and throw flashes and stuff like that, because it... Ooh, shot miss. I don't think he's going to go back to the well here. Because it creates a situation where if the T's want to hunt you, then all of a sudden they're like, okay, well, actually, he could be anywhere. But if you have cut noise for so long, is he in trouble? No. Oh, my God. How does he do this? How does he connect that, James?
Nice. So swift. Concise, fast.
He's a force of nature, James. He's a force of nature.
Force of nature.
That's a great angle. I like that.
You can see him barking information, barking instructions to the team. We are going to do this. This is this. They're going to do that.
He's a green crosshair. James, you should change your green crosshair as well.
No, the pink one's easier to see, which is why it's pink. Yellow and pink, the high-res colors. There is actually debate as to whether like a hot pink is more visible than yellow at the moment in terms of high-vis colors. Fallen with a great start onto Henny, but that AWP can be collected, and it will be Lucas carrying it for the moment. We'll see if it gets into the hands of KNG later on. Lucas will hold the angle while KNG approaches the site close.
I love this situation. When a team decides to just go up A long really fast, it can be a nice little counter strat. If the other team is playing aggressively to connector, as we can see now, that's more or less the case. They're on the A bomb site now because the timing is so quick. It's a nice counter play, and it can be gambly because if you don't have the read, obviously even if you do have the read, there is always an element of they might not go for it in that particular round. But all right, that makes sense. Just jumping with the CZ, take that frag easily. But still, the advantage here is not all too much lost by Immortals. They're still in a good position with the bomb down. Ouch.
Yeah, still needs to do more than that, perhaps. Flashbang for any flank, and Lucas has got great angles with the AWP through the bank area. And now they know where the last player is. Still will try to get around the corner, can't quite do it. But the bomb, it's planted for Lucas, and he's still facing at the moment. No fear from Lucas, popping out and taking the last round of the first half for a 17-16 lead over SK.
He's actually shouting something over to them. Cheeky bugger.
What do you think he's shouting?
Like, you never
Get off, guys.
You never could beat me in a 1v1. Like, you could never win a clutch against me. Something like that.
Maybe he's shouting to Phelps.
All still mates.
Hey, Phelps, where you at? Where you at? 4 AWPs in the first round. So SK with the all-in play, 4 AWPs on the 2 AWPs on the T side is very well. On either side, it's very, very risky. But on the T side, it's maybe it's a play for the current situation between the two teams, and the fact they know KNG and Henny are very likely to be AWPing together. So they'll fight fire with fire, cold and fallen. That's a dangerous duo with sniper rifles. Two players in long, Bolts and Henny for the Immortals team, although they can rotate into toilets from the positions that are being played at the moment. Again, SK willing to play it slow as well. So we've got really long rounds between these two teams. It is a game of mental endurance. SK with a big presence around the connector toilet area, but being very, very careful as well.
Very slow pace. If you consider how they have played as well, it's quite surprising. Perhaps to Immortals. But I mean, Immortals have not been playing that aggressively themselves, so it doesn't make too much difference for them. As I say, that Henny's going in now to look, see what's going on. Here's all the grenades going off. Just wondering what the hell's going on. Up there's a catch. There is Fallen. And that should tell them exactly what's going on. In fact, they are well aware. Here comes the defense, and it looks very, very easy. Cole's coming in now, last man standing against 5, and he'll die. I think I heard some woos.
Yeah. Well, it's match points, I think, for Immortals.
You heard the woos, but the woes for SK Gaming continue here.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, Immortals, they take 19, they take the match. 2 warps, 5 AKs for the SK side. We'll see if it's a slow round again. The buy is reasonable, despite the double warps in the previous round. Henny going for a pick. Will offer himself up. Is he going to go for a pick? Could be a double one, or maybe even a bait situation. No shot for Henny on that occasion. Not afraid to go into connector at close quarters with the AWP either. KNG taken down. 1 minute 30 on the clock, and that's Immortals in a nasty spot. Will it be Monster with no grenades from SK?
Looks like a contact play. Steel's waiting very passively. The problem is, as with the crouching, even with the defensive position, you just can't see this, which is why it's so powerful. And I say that Lucas gets an angle, and that's a nice frag from him. Oh, the tapping continues, and the odds even up as Cold arrives onto the scene. Steel looking to go through the smokes to punish the bomb planter, perhaps finds him. Not even on the plant, Fallen. Steel continues the action there. Trio of frags for him. Now as Cold as the last man standing, this could be the moment for Immortals, unless Cole goes absolutely insane. Taking one frag, looking to find a next one on the tap down. 40 seconds left. That's him done and dusted. Bolts with the last kill. And the win in overtime for Immortals. Overpass to them.
Definitely an upset here at the esports arena, considering how SK is a very, very strong Overpass team themselves. We saw them dismantle Luminosity yesterday on the map with some brutal aggression on the CT side. I mean, even teams far stronger than Luminosity and on LAN before, but Immortals were just doing a very good job, especially in the first half, recovering after that terrible start, 6-1 down. As you can see, managed to end the half with an 8-7 scoreline. And also has to be noted, Immortals coming back to force the game into overtime after losing both pistols. So they actually had to do it in gun rounds versus SK. And you can see how Steel, now that he's not the in-game leader anymore, has more room perhaps, or at least more focus on his own game.
Yeah, he played absolutely phenomenally well there, and the plays being made at the end there and the chaos of the site defense was pretty impressive by Immortals, and it's a great way to move into the following map, which is Cobblestone. Do you guys feel differently about that? I mean, I expected, I wouldn't say a stomping, but I expected a convincing win from SK there on Overpass.
I think COUBBLE is open for both teams. Immortals seem comfortable versus SK, and again, I think the second AWP on KNG is definitely a problem for any team Immortals face, which is something SK needs to adjust to. It proved difficult in that match. Maybe it will be on Cobblestone. I think it's going to be harder to get double ops going on Cobblestone, really. I mean, you might have somebody over towards A long, but they're not going to have the impact they might have on different maps most of the time. So it might be easier for SK to have a better time of things on Cobblestone than Overpass in that regard, on SK's T side at least.
All right. Well, I guess that's about it, unless you want to add something, Yanko?
Yes, I think I think on Cobblestone.
God.
The thing is that
We need a doctor.
Cold and Taco were a bit quiet in that first game, and they are two very important players for SK on Cobblestone on that CT side. Taco is the player who has first contact on platform. Cold Zero is holding the drop room, so if they continue to struggle, that's an opening for Immortals, who we know like to go towards that B bomb site and have no problem with running that same smoke execute with small variations almost all the time.
All right, well, I guess we'll wait and see if that is going to be the case. Take a quick break. Of course, this is an opportunity for you to check out the shop, which we have a discount, which is Super Weekends, I do believe. And check it out, see if there's some cool merchandise, if you're a fan of other teams, or if there's just some ECS gear that you want to pick up, that's the place to go do it. We'll see you after the break for Cobblestone.
Do you play Counter-Strike? Do you want to play with the pros? Do you want to play against this guy?
Going in for his team.
Or this guy? Perhaps even this guy. Okay, maybe not him. Sign up now to Faceit.com and take your game to the next level. Play against the pros only at Faceit.com.
My name is Forrest.
I'm GetRight.
Freiberg. You want to beat an old timer like me?
Come try us at Faceit.com.
The home of all the good stuff.
Fantastic play.
I'm here where endless meets the end. Do you see me? I'm hidden here again. Your whispers found its way, calling me to stay. I'm standing at the edge, but something always brings me back. All the voices in my head reminding me of what I have. If I fall tonight, you can bring me back to life. If I fall tonight, you can be my saving light. You can be my saving You can be my saving light. You can be my saving light. You're here like lightning in my veins. Now they see me, and they'll never be the same. Your whispers found its way, calling me to stay. You can be my saving
Welcome to Cobblestone. Immortals starting on the CT side. And it's SK with 2 sets of grenades onto Fallen and Cold Zero respectively. Taco, will he be spotted by KNG? KNG checking his corners, checking them well. Got himself another 1v1 versus Cold if he wants it. He might have support from a teammate as well. He did indeed. Bolts is there to offer support. Still trying to hold things down in the connector area. So far, so well for Immortals until Still gets picked off. 2 Ts now on the bomb side behind the statue. And they've got Fallen coming in for the flank. So the CTs are trapped in this area.
Yeah, they are very, very trapped at the moment, but SK are going to help them out by relieving them of life. It's going to be just now one more player to go. Bolts, he's very weak, he's tagged up, the bomb is down, but ooh, that's a nice one there from the ocean foam of that PT-1000, lovely. Now Bolts has one more player to tap away. Good range here for their one shots, now 6 HP, and that's going to be that. Close it down, 3k for him. Oh, all the chickens, why are they lining up over there? What's through there? Is that the feed? Is that where all the feed is kept? Shouldn't it be in the chicken coop? Why are they all trying to get in the door? That's really weird. Interesting. So no answer for this. Well, guess it will remain an open question then.
You don't deserve an answer.
I concur.
We got 4 UMPs in the Mac 10 for SK, so they'll run an anti-force play setup. Oh, okay, we got a very fast play from Fallen, and he's also with Phelps running up middle, trying to cause distraction, trying to get information, and they can take the bomb still to either A or B, but they're essentially trying to see what's going on, where are the CTs at, and now Cole's going to pick off towards drops in. It's brilliant for them, and they can go for the pick up of the bomb and get into B, basically. It's a pretty nice play here, because they're able to see, okay, what's going on in A. If there are players in A, they hold the rotation, and then they get that information, and the bomb can go to B. So it's quite nice. And if there's no one in A, they can pick the bomb up and go to A, and then plant it there safely. So pretty nice anti-eco rounds, or anti-forceway rounds, I'd say. Are you a fan, Yanko? Are you a fan?
Of course, that.
That's wonderful. Cheeky iBoy Power PCs down there.
Hats boys. Those PCs are really cool. I saw some up close at E-League. They're pretty nice. They're relatively compact as well. And that's enough of a sales pitch from me. 2-0 Immortals with the eco rounds, with the pistols. This is a nothing round for them. They will be subject to the will of SK, it must be said. And they're going to stack in connector. Not often you see that. Normally it's in A or B, but not somewhere in the middle. The double stack from, well, the stack from Lucas and Steel will yield 2 USP kills. That is somewhat weird.
That's pretty awesome, actually. I don't know if they had a read or if they just wanted to gamble that setup, but that was an awesome setup. You don't really see that often, so that's a cool one. Cold Zero gonna make some money. There you go. There's a lot of money in the bank. $1,800 for him. Must be nice. Must be nice. The man himself. Okay, well, it's going to be interesting to see if there can be a, when there's going to be a recovery coming in from Immortals. They have their first buy round of the CT side. And having SK in a position where they can dictate the pace is scary. They've opted to go for double AWP and have almost no grenades. If SK go really fast or throw in all the grenades for a set piece with smokes, they are in a lot of trouble. And he's going to have to do some crazy moves, which of course he is very capable of doing, to save it.
Lots of grenades being deployed. Lots of grenades. It's going to be a wall of smoke taking all the CTs away. So it's a double AWP retake, or is it? KNG still over towards the A site. No rotation coming in from him, and Phelps has made his way into connector, getting a kill en route. Bolt's taken down, and surely it's safe territory already for the CTs, but Phelps won't allow them to rotate. They're trapped in the B bomb site. They are forced to fight, and the fight is not going their way. This is a strong first buy round from SK. KNG never made it anywhere close to connector, wondering what might have been. And again, despite, Immortals are looking to play to their strengths in the double AWPs, but double AWP I don't feel like on Cobblestone is as effective as it can be on more open maps. So it may not have the desired impact. But SK seemingly feeling Immortals will be somewhat predictable, at least in the early stages of this new lineup.
I mean, the problem for Immortals was in that execute they were defending by waiting behind the smokes for someone to push, and then they were going to play for the retake. But Phelps was the sole player going drop. The rest of SK was going to be long, and he managed to get 2 kills, which is definitely going to ruin any chance you had of going for that retake.
Just one flash for Steel to allow KNG to get into position, but Fallen, his timing is absolutely perfect. AWP taken away. Steel tries to pick it up close, but Fur is there to keep it out of the hands of the CT side. SK know nothing else was saved, and they will root out the rest of the players on the B bomb site. And that's pretty much round.
Yeah, so clean too, so clean. Like that picture Henny has there in his little profile. Looks kind of like, I'm not sure what he's doing in his hand. It's kind of like a point thing, or whatever, but it looks kind of like boy bandish. It's like he could be a boy band member.
What's wrong with you, Dan?
What?
What are
it's
these?
A cool picture.
Why do you notice these things, and what are these references?
What? To a boy band? Like boy bandish type picture. What do you mean?
You like Backstreet Boys?
They're pretty solid as far as the boy bands we go.
Think about the name Backstreet Boys. What does that actually mean?
I've
that
never
sounds
thought about that.
very,
Never thought about
very weird.
That's actually really. To be fair, though, they're all
What are you
pretty
doing in the
rubbish.
back streets?
They're all pretty rubbish. Like another popular one was 5, but they would always spell it with like a 5, so it's like 5-ive. It's actually like how it looks.
But why?
Like,
Why the back streets?
Like, why did you come up with this? Like, where's that come from?
Side Street Boys.
I'd love to be part of the meeting where they like decided these things. It would be so
Sidewalk
interesting.
Boys.
It's like, that's the name. That's the name.
4 AWPs on the map. Double ops continue for Immortals, and SK completely changing the pace. Maybe expecting a change in approach from Immortals, or maybe just doing whatever they feel like doing. We've got Molotovs coming in from the CT side, not quite working out as they may have expected. I think someone got trapped on the ceiling, so still probably not expecting TACO to be in that position, and the mistaken Molotovs will cost Immortals 2 players very early on.
Yeah, I mean, that just had TACO just sitting there for free. It would have been so good to have it, but alas, they're in a very poor position. And
Backstreet Boys named after a flea market in Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
All right, then. Well, actually, we had get a couple of frags going back the way here of Immortals, trying to get this hold working for themselves, and it may just work out. Henny's still alive. We know how many problems he can cause, although he'll get traded there, as Fallen is in position for that one, and TACO with his AWP as well. Just AWPs all over the place. So many AWP kills in this round, but it will be the 6-0 for SK Gaming. I like how you called me out, Yanko, for that very like inert comment that I made. Yeah, you never really called James out for the crazy metaphors that routinely.
James doesn't say nearly as crazy stuff as you do.
That is just such a lie. That's just such a lie.
Mean,
That's a heinous lie.
He doesn't do it on stream, Dan. I'm not talking about what he talks about during lunch.
Flea market in London, they're just called Sunday Market. Like there's one in Vauxhall.
Yeah.
Where lots of meat goes through before it goes to restaurants and stuff. But on Sunday, you can find like a place, some guy just selling remote controls. No TVs, just remote controls.
Del Boy.
Or shoes, all kinds of nonsense. Just called Sunday Market. It's just called Sunday Market. It's actually across the river from our location. Worth having a look there just for fun. What's not fun is a 0-6 starts to your CT side on Cobblers. Anti-pistol approach from SK. First spotting an elbow. However, he took the elbow. Just like an MMA fighter. Never nice. There's a recent video actually where 2 people elbowed each other in the jaw at the same time and knocked each other out.
Really?
Yeah, I tweeted it. One guy got up eventually and then won the round because the other guy didn't get back up again.
How long did it take him to get up?
3-4 seconds.
How long do you have to be out for it to be like a? It's like a double TKO. Is that like a? Oh, sorry, not even TKO.
There have been double knockouts where you kind of spaz out and your arms and legs go up in the air. There's a famous one of that where 2 guys just roundhoused each other, just both KO'd at the same time.
That's insane.
This is a map of AWPs. It seems they continue here. Immortals sticking to their plan of the double ops, but it hasn't been much action towards the A site from SK so far. This time, Cold Zero with an aggressive peek towards drop will get taken down by one of the silenced M4s. I think we seem to be seeing a resurgence of M4A4 with some teams seen even scream of using an M4A4 rather than the silenced one recently. Phelps with a wide peak, K&G going from A to B, but that's not going to work out either.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult for Immortals to hold if SK use the time that's remaining to kind of group up somewhere and go for a push. We can see that, for example, Bolts, if A is if that's the area that's SK want to attack, he can get it very easily isolated or cut off by the use of utility. And indeed, they're going all together up the middle position. Bolt's finding a very nice angle. What a play from him. They haven't really considered his position just yet, and he's already taken down 2 players. A great grenade as well, and he may just have won the round for his team. SK were looking so good, but there's still a chance. They're still falling in a 1 versus 2. Bomb has to be picked up though, past the double doors, and the flick is not going to work out. No idea where his opponent would reside behind those doors. What a play out of Bolts. Oh, red crosshair.
Purple HUD and red crosshair. Purple crosshair would be nice as well. I think my...
I use purple.
I'm not sure if my crosshair is purple or pink now. I don't recall. Anyway,
Purple.
1 to 7.
I recall.
It's what?
It's purple.
Purple. It might be purple. Purple's good. 1 to 7 in favor of SK. They've got an opportunity to reset the Immortal side. Slow approach. The game slowing down after the initial aggression didn't work out for SK in the round prior. Still with a fair amount of money. I really think that Molotov was meant to bounce off, but it seemed to just not bounce at all for some reason. KNG with a lovely grenade onto Fallen. Taco wanting to collect the AWP. Can be nice to hold an angle here. You can see somebody move from the stairs, then that'll cause problems as well. Got to be really careful, KNG, in that position. Henny taken down towards the connector area, and that's going to isolate the 3 B players. But what is the read from SK? Do they make a play towards A?
Nice play out of taking down Lucas, and so many Molotovs and grenades have been expended already, trying to deal with Plateau. At the repeated engagements there that they had against SK. And KNG, they know where he is, sitting by the stairs. He has the bomb actually, but again, just causing issues, taking down bolts in the back. And they know again where KNG is, or relatively where he should be, as they saw him at the end of Plateau just recently in Cold Zero. We'll wait for him and take him down. 8 to 1, Immortals having a very hard time so far to deal with SK's shenanigans on the terrorist side of Cobblestone. The question is what SK decide to go with next. I mean, they've done a lot of cool stuff so far. The double orbs is quite an interesting approach to that T side. This time it'll only be a single orb, but we'll see if the buy of Immortals, the force buy, can actually help them out here. They have been reset, as you've just seen, so this is why the force buy is out. And SK Gaming are going to know this. They're going to realize that this is the kind of buy they're up against. So they'll run a strategy that's applicable to this round.
You can see the passive positioning from SK, trying to avoid any shenanigans. Cold Zero with irregular shots in case there is a boost coming in. And SK will have to be expectant of a pop flash play, probably around the broken wall there where KNG is currently standing. So again, they'll take their time and try to exhaust the utility, what little utility there might be on the Immortal side. Steel running straight into the crosshair of Fur. That's a great start, and that might speed things up. Taco looking through the corner of the smoke as KNG moves back. Again, his position is compromised because no one's covering him from the drop zone, but he can't get into position in time without running, that is, and giving himself away. So it's 5 versus 2, and we'll see what these two players, if they choose to continue pushing or if they try to hold on to what they have. You can see SK have no intention of allowing them to go anywhere. Fallen is very much on his own, however. So you better make sure he lands that shot.
Well, this has gone pretty well. I mean, generally we've seen SK having a lot of clean anti-eco, anti-force by rounds, which is really nice to see. It's a sign of a well-drilled, well-run team, well-oiled machine. And they don't really have too much interest in hunting down these guns, to be honest. Maybe for some fun. They have, obviously, great money at the moment. They'll be moving on to 9 rounds. Immortals still struggling to do much. What would you like to see out of Immortals, Mr. Yanko? Any changes that you think would be fitting?
I mean, it's very difficult since your options are limited on the CT side of Cobblestone, and also you need to remember they've just added a new player recently, so they probably don't even have that many things practiced. Like, you can always go for the pop flash towards broken wall, you know, something like that to try and get an early pick. But their problems have been these executes and play towards the B bomb side. So maybe you can gamble towards B, maybe boost into drop, try to get an entry kill there. And after that, just play the numbers advantage.
Yeah, I did feel quite gutted for Immortals, actually, as you mentioned, with the set pieces that they've been running, SK have been running. Like, the first big buy for them was double AWP, and the first round that SK played against that was quick round into B, set smokes, and just bombard it with grenades, just rendering the AWPs useless. So SK definitely have chosen the correct rounds to run against Immortals so far. Quick shot of SK there. Business as usual for them. But as you can see, Taco's been having a lot of fun on Plateau, not just with the AK, with the AWP as well. And now it's 10-1. Very different. A very stark contrast, James. A stark contrast to map 1.
So the question now is, how many rounds of the remainder can Immortals take to give themselves some opportunity, however small it may be, in the second half? Aggressive take of the B plateau area, but they've got 4 people practically in the B bomb site, and they've chosen the wrong time to do it because SK are headed towards A. And considering how slow SK have been on some of the previous rounds, changing the pace and so on, it might be a long rotation for Immortals before they realize it's an A play. Indeed, there's 2 people pushing long B now, B main for the CT side, and that's exactly what they needed, a 2-man spray down from bolts to bomb on the floor. A rotation allowed from the CTs. Taco, though, still holding things over towards the B bomb site, taking KNG down, but the bomb's planted. Fallen moving back into a position where he can take the CTs by surprise. It's going to be hard for them to look at that angle, though he's missed his shot. There's a flash in there, but it's easily avoided. Close range now. Might have to go for the no-scope. Indeed he does. He's got support from Rifle, however, but there's 1 T on the site. COUBBLE has to stay alive and deliver for his team, and he will, making it look easy. 11-1 for SK.
I was going to say that the position of Fallen there was really awesome because basically it only really works, I think, if you know that you got like cold on the bomb site. If that guy that's alone, oh, it's cold, right? Because Fallen can draw so many players down towards the ramp, which basically thins out the numbers as maybe they split to try to deal with not only Fallen, but also Cold, which gives Cold a more winnable situation. But if Cold messes up, then they can just defuse the bomb straight away, and Fallen's too far away to help, really. So I loved how the trust in the teammates and the individual performance we saw out of SK there. They really know how to play with that high level of skill that they bring to the table to optimize things. And we'll see 11-1 indeed. It's quite the scoreline here for SK so far. Just peeking there with the CZ from Steel. And first found his way into the drop zone as the bomb is able to potentially make it down now to the B bomb site. They've cleaned out a lot of players here, so they should realize that it's very likely it's safe. Of course, in a round like this, you never know how many pistol players will be in one location at the start of the round, but B is, we can see it's safe at the moment, and Phelps is covering the flank, Fur's covering connector, and should be, even though the AK is picked up there, should still be fine. Bolts does have Kevlar and helmet as well. There's a Molotov and a flashbang. This round is not over just yet.
Phelps looking for a flank, but Henny may make his way down into the drop. I think Phelps is too far away to hear it if that's what he chooses to do. Bolts taking COUBBLE down in the meantime. 9 HP on Bolts. And there is Henny. Close, but no round for Immortals. Still that 1 round on the board. This is a colossal half from SK, but there are still rounds to win for the SK side.
There are. There's lots to do still. And again, you know, the pressure's really on for that pistol round as well in that second half, but we'll get there when we get there. Still potentially 2 more rounds to be claimed by the CT side of Immortals. Okay, now we have Immortals ready, SK ready to receive any Immortals aggression here towards the B plateau. Again, SK been really successful at drop pressure. I think they pretty much every time they've tried to get in there, they've made the entries. Actually making some Molotovs happen there, deeper towards the plateau position. However, this time it's not deep enough to eliminate the player in the corner. I think that's Phelps. Indeed it was. That said, Bolt's going to walk in there, and Cole's going to suicide on the flames there. But he does get the entry, and it's 3 versus 4 with over a minute left. So it's still a good situation for SK. That said, it's getting worse due to Bolts.
Fallen missing the shot, but Taco will be there to clean things up. And Henny's opted to push through A, and his teammates might need him on the B bomb site. Fallen is alone now, but he doesn't have the best angle. as the push comes in towards the tree, but Steel towards the statue is who will take him down. Only for a second round from Immortals. SK rolling in cash, looking for an excuse to spend some money perhaps. It's the last round, and Immortals look for their third and final round of the first half. Double ops continue. Lucas on the MP7. Has a faster fire rate than the UMP, and maybe the moving accuracy slightly better. I'm not sure about that one. The fire rate, definitely. So another approach from KNG and Co. Ooh, we've got some weird boosts coming out from the T side. Cold with a nasty surprise, but KNG ready for it. 2 orb kills for Immortals. That's a strong advantage for them.
Felsa's a great position though. Oh, maybe not. Still catches him unawares. And KNG does not stop. There's another frag for him. Trey comes in from Taco, but he's got a lot more players to find. 4 more players to go. There's another one. That's a very nice frag from him. He has full utility still, but the bomb has to be collected. I say has to be. It doesn't have to be collected just yet. He could even try to do a sort of run around the entire map if he wants. He can still make it onto the bomb. But he would waste a lot of time running when he needs to use time to actually get engagements here. And through the smoke he goes. That's a tough situation to be in. 12-3, and it's going to be an interesting first round in the second half because it has to be a win for Immortals. If it's an SK successful defense on the pistol round, surely the game is going to be closed out pretty easily. We'll have to see.
Tension. We'll soon find out.
It's palpable, James. It's palpable. You can cut it with a knife.
All Kevlar for Immortals on their T side. Fallen with flash smoke, and he's heading over towards the B bomb site. So if there is a fast rush, he could try to slow things down. Fur hasn't spotted oh, that's interesting. Bolts is towards long A, and I don't think he's been spotted. And Fur's going to hear loads of people running in his direction. 2 easy headshots for Fur, and that is a hole in the defenses of Immortals. But all of a sudden, there are 3 kills for Immortals. Moving into the B bomb site. There are more CTs there, and the bomb's not in tow, but it might pull the final 2 CTs there.
Yeah, Fallen and Cold left. What a duo to be left with to play up against. And Cold, does he make the right read? He's going to have a good position regardless now. You can hear the running towards long. I'm sure Bolts is looking for him. He's not going to find him though. Cold's position. Oh, do they know? Looks like they won't actually get the kill though. You have to frag Cold, and finally he'll get fragged. Now at 1 versus 2, thanks to Cold for Fallen to play off of. It's a very winnable situation. They still have to cross for the bomb plant. Will Fallen peek in time to catch them? Looking for the headshot. There's one, and the second as well will go Fallen's way. That's the pistol round. A very crucial round won by Fallen, taking away the best chance for Immortals to get back into this one.
Damn. Well then, 13-3, and it's forced by territory for Immortals. We will soon find out what they can do with it. Again, it's UMP. It's a UMP party for SK, Universal Machine Party. Here all week. 2 smokes for the Immortals side. Does that mean it's a B play? The bomb is being held with the Lone Ranger towards A, which is Henny. Just a curious play. There'll be no push at the moment from SK, but Fallen is playing in a forward position towards A, so he might get curious and have a look, see, find out what's going on. Fur keeping an eye on the door in the lower area. Fallen losing half his life. He is vulnerable now, and there's another player to hunt for him, but if that player Bolts goes down, then there's no one to carry the bomb, so he's got a decision to make. Players moving into the drop zone while the bomb is collected. Will it join them?
Looks like it's slowly making its way over there, and it will be indeed rejoining the bulk of the push, and Immortals will look to try to just be explosive here. But Cole's coming. He is quite explosive as well. Taco! Wow, okay, the Tech 9. I think Bolts is blind there, but still gets the kill. Tech 9 is very dangerous always. UMP picked up by Lucas, and more frags coming in here, and all of a sudden another 1 versus 3 type situation. We'll see if Fallen can do some damage. KNG's on 3 HP, so he's very easy to kill, but he's behind the door. Will Fallen check this? Looks like he will. No tagging from KNG. That's a good start for Fallen.
Instantly back out the door to avoid any trade fraggers. The T's will reposition, and that's a lot of damage done by Lucas through the wall or the box. He will shoot Fallen rather, straight in the dome. Opportunity knocks for Immortals, but how much momentum? They need a lot of it. 13 rounds already on the board for SK. Immortals need a lot of success and very little failure. There isn't really room for it. AK is coming out, and of course, SK going for the force buy. The scout, Fallen is quite dangerous with it, but it will be a challenge to get that going on Cobblestone. Going very aggressively towards long A. Will he continue to push though? Might allow a fourth man to rotate towards B if he did. Fur making his way back towards A at the very least. Indeed, he's heading towards connector, so it may be 4 men on B for SK to challenge this push from Immortals.
Keeping it simple at the moment, one thing we saw when they had Zach standing in is a lot of B play, almost exclusively B play, and they have been developing a lot of stuff towards B, so that's not too surprising as far as a practice element is concerned. But at the moment, they're going for a comfort choice, getting KNG out onto the plateau. First man in looking for anything, and SK already getting a couple kills on the board. There's a nice headshot from Phelps, but now it's going to be down to very weak Cold and the remainder, which is just now Fallen, which is just now only Fallen. Once again, we've seen this before. Last round, the 1-3-3 for Fallen. I wonder what the once Fallen's out of the action here. Yeah, I was gonna say check the money situation. So it's really bad for SK. So I guess we'll see a full save, Yanko.
Yes, Dan. I
Nice.
think that's a safe thing to assume, even though I prefer refraining from assumptions.
Yes. Assumptions are the mother of all mess-ups.
It's a nice shot from Fallen. And I think he knows he's tagged the other player, so we'll see if he chooses to hunt him down or if he chooses to save KNG. Oh my god!
Oh, he died. Oh, that's a shame.
I feel like KNG deserved to die in that situation. Fallen was unlucky to get that, not to get that shot, but there we go. 5 rounds on the board for SK, sorry, for Immortals, hello. 5 rounds on the board for Immortals, 8 more to go to catch up with the score of the SK Gaming side. It's a long road to victory, but this particular path will be easy, should be no red lights to slow them down as SK are on pistols. Deagle on cold. It's going to be hard for SK to get a lot done in this round.
KNG looking for that first open. Nice. Molotov usage baits out Taco. And the trap of KNG is sprung. I like this coordination. Taking it quickly. Molotovs in the correct places for the correct positions. And we'll see the round essentially over as quickly as it began. So that's a very good good move there from Immortals. And they'll get on to 6, but SK will be on the buy in the next round. Just trying to do some additional damage at the moment.
Plant pots, plant. He's hidden the bomb.
Ooh. So let's have a look at the money real quick. Let's calculate.
There's blue everywhere, Dan.
Let's calculate. So it's the 3rd loss in a row. That's $2,400 in addition to what you see there. Guess we'll have a look, see if there's some DEIXE to be had here. It's cold after all. Let's see. We'll get back to the mathematics afterwards. Oh. Oh, what's going on there? What is happening there? Oh, first creeping up as well. There is a potential that they could maybe steal away a weapon. It'd be very hard though because there's so many players. But that's essentially the ultimate goal and the best case, I think, here. Oh, first going to get backstab in the back. Okay, so I guess we don't have to do mathematics. It's going to be already there for us. So looks pretty good. Then we have to get everything. I'm not sure if there was enough for a Norb. I'm not sure if there was or not. We'll see in a moment. Okay, no, there's a Mag 7 and 4 M4s. Okay, and a decent amount of grenades. Not enough, but it should do the trick. No kit as well. That's something also to note here for SK. I mean, the lack of kit is a really big issue. Fer getting aggressive with the Mag 7 A long. And Immortals, I imagine we'll see slow play, but I imagine also we'll see mostly B finishes from them. Just based on what I've been seeing recently. And you can pressure the entire map and have the CTs always guessing. Even if you go B 5 times in a row, it depends what you do up to that point. Do you just clear out A? Do you leave a man in A? Do you try to take drop zone and just hold a bit? Do you go really fast towards B? Just there's so many ways to arrive at that conclusion. And you can see here that KNG is indeed clearing out spaces with the help of Henny towards A long, going up danger actually, so they can potentially backstab any player deep. And indeed, Fer is around there with a Mag 7, so Fer quite vulnerable in a spot like this. Oh, what a surprise! That's a lovely play, and that's all about timing. Really nice from Henny and KNG. I actually love that play. And now Immortals are considering going to A. I'm not sure actually. 3 players or 2 players moving back towards A and now going back towards B. So it looks like they will go B.
I think Fallen might have just smoked the mid area, which perhaps deterred them. There we go.
Nice,
and
nice
made
catch.
them rotate. But he can hear people running away, at least KNG. So indeed, the CTs will rotate accordingly. Cold Zero dancing around the pillar. And that's an important kill for him. 18 seconds, and they're just running into the B bomb site, but still Phelps can't get the kill from the tree position. Taco clearing the plant pot and taking Steel down. He's got support from his teammates as well. 9 seconds, and that bomb's not going to get planted. Down to the 1 versus 1. Fallen doesn't need to show because there is not enough time for KNG to get this plant. He's going to lose via timeout. 14 rounds on the board for SK. Fallen escapes with an AK as well. A nice bonus for him, but the team are not going to have a very good buy, the SK team.
Yeah, and you can see that it was known that he couldn't get the bomb down in time, but he got it down just for the extra money instead, $300 bonus for him. So 2 away for RSK. They got 2 UMPs and a Mag 7 in this round. Interesting. Fer got completely wrecked last round with the Mag 7, so perhaps he wants revenge, James. Perhaps he wants to get in there. Fast round now. Very fast, mixes up the pace for Immortals. And this can be very dangerous. You can already see just catching Cole completely off guard. Though the trade frag is in there from Taco, holding on to the drop position. Very important. What else can he do though? Actually realizes that a play got through onto Connector. Wanted to try to clear it out, but he just was too exposed. He wasn't able to. That wasn't a play that he was able to make.
Fallen and Fer, it seems their decisions have been made for them at this point of the round. And it is safe territory once again, the reset for SK. Struggling to gain rounds on their CT side. Immortals continue their march, 7th round en route. And you can see the lack of money for SK, so there's a fair chance of an 8th round and maybe even a 9th.
Boom. Kablamo.
Kablamo.
I just suddenly thought of this. Like how in this, because I think one of the SK players was doing it, like you can smash the glass with the knives.
Yeah.
Like that would just not work at all in real life, at all. Like not even a little bit. It's like trying to slash
It depends.
a glass pane.
It depends.
Even if it's only single glaze, right?
M9 bayonet's pretty heavy. And this is, if it's like old thin glass, then there's a reasonable chance you could just smash it like that. But you'd have to swing pretty hard. Anyway, the SK Gaming side have gone for a force by the scout on Fallen. Oh, he's looking for the headshots, but he can't find anything just yet. There we go. KNG taking one straight in the face, and Fallen can reposition. He may be susceptible to grenades. He may feel like he's at the point of no retreat. In fact, he is dead.
So much peeking going on, it's insane. Cole going for Y peek, Y peek, Y peek. Eventually gets taken down, but there's Phelps running on the corner, and first found himself a kill with the Mag 7. Switches out for a great upgrade, an AK-47 for him now as Lucas gets in on the action around the statue position. And that's going to be a 1 versus 2 now for Fer to play off of. Once a Mag 7, now an AK. Can he get himself the trio of kills to save the round for his team? With a minute left to play with, Immortals have opted to go for the... Oh, they're not rotation, actually. Just looking to see perhaps if... I don't know, maybe there was a call here from Lucas and Henny's gone back. Fer thinks he's making his gamble, his guess, that it will be A. And the interesting thing about this guess is obviously you have the flanking potential, and that's something that can position you well regardless. However, if he's standing in connector, or trying to push into the B-bomb site, you put yourself at risk because there was presence there, so you could get caught out. So I actually like this play quite a lot from Mr. Fur. I'd like to see if it's going to pay off for him, because they will definitely, I would imagine, be looking towards plateau at some point here. It's all about the timing and the positioning for Henny. He's going plateau, potentially. No, okay, he's going to just watch the position. He's static. Will Fur look for this one? Oh, fast is Henny. Very fast. Great positioning. And that's going to be around for Immortals. So 8 indeed, as you said, James. Just as you said.
Then the fourth spy has failed, so the door is open for the comeback. That face tells the story,
Making
perhaps.
some faces, yeah. I should have had this. I should have got that.
Yeah, well, we can see some more money being spent. Fair investing in the Mag 7, so the money will remain low for the CT side. And Immortals will be in anti-eco territory. Henny in the tower, making sure there's no flank from the CTs, while the rest of his team concentrates on the B area. 3 CTs around A, in fact, 2 towards long, and COD0 is looking at danger, but he's starting to move elsewhere. CTs on B with not much to offer. But again, Immortals taking it slow. Taco being taken out, and again, it's just death by paper cuts in this round for SK. Trying to keep Immortals honest with a kill here and there. First delivered towards A with the Mag 7, so now he's the last man standing. What does he do with it? Moving towards Connector. There are some T's en route. Steel spotting him. He's in the red. It seems Fur will save. Can try to make use of his Mag 7 when there's more people to play with him. The bomb is nowhere near the site, though. The bomb needs to be retrieved.
There we go. It will be ferried over like a delicate, as a delicate package that it is. That B-bomb site delivered. Maybe it's not a C4, James. Maybe it's like it explodes and you get like it's like a party popper, one of those
Balloons and streamers.
Yeah, and kittens.
Explosive kittens. I hope not.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Sounds like something producer Reese would put together.
I guess. Well, I'm trying to think of like what would be a cool replacement for the C4 actually, but can't think of anything good.
Bratwurst.
Bratwurst, explosive bratwurst.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty good.
why not? Try catch chunks.
Just diffusing bratwurst.
Chunks of bratwurst.
Chunks of bratwurst. Nice. Oh, we got a lovely camera shot there of Immortals. Zach in the back.
We need to see the buy though. Buys of the teams. So again, SK going for another crap buy. I guess they're going to go for the full buy regardless in the following round, so they can spend some money here. You can see they've got like 2 to 3k in the bank. Oh, meaty. Fur bringing the Bratwurst out to play. Actually tried to shoot an AWP. That is not going to work, Mr. Fur, but he has done a good job of killing 2 players towards the A site. Immortals on the back foot now. How do they play with 3 players? Can they have a strong team play as with 5? That is a question. Or are they going to collapse, fall down? COUBBLE, here's the rotation, and his flank can begin.
Yeah, Fur did not even stop to pick up the guns, but it doesn't even matter. The entire team of Immortals gets wiped clean from Plateau. Fur, there's the man. Man with the shotguns, with the SMGs, the guy that you got to fear. And here it is. And look, they lost a man. Boom. There's 1. There's 2. They thought it'd be safe.
Shoot the AWP. And then finish off Lucas.
That is a massive play. And that's a big swing here for SK. Double up now. They've been stuck on Mag 7s. They've been stuck on all kinds of crap, James, quite frankly. But now back to the double ops. Although Fur, of course, still hanging on to the Mag 7. And he was in a spot where he could have actually gone for the guns, which is the hilarious point. But he just rotated immediately. It's like, what? You know, Mag 7, AK-47 is basically the same thing, isn't it? So for Fur, perhaps it is. Now he'll be finding himself with that Mag 7. Still actually playing towards the A side, but he's playing the double doors. He might get a pick, actually. Indeed, there it is. KNG tried to walk through but you can't walk through fur with a Mag 7. Great position for Phelps. This looks very bad right now for Immortals. No ground gains, no frags, pad, only problems. Problems, and more problems. Henny looking for the peak here. It's going to require some tier 1 Henny business. Oh, here he comes. Could almost play the Jaws theme, James, but looks like Jaws will be shot in the face today. Lucas with a trio of kills. Really nice work from him and a fast rotation to keep the round alive, but there's an AWPer to be met with this push. And that AWPer, I believe, is fallen. He's actually going to a long, and this could be a fantastic call. This angle is going to keep him very safe. He's going to get information. But if they both go a long, this could be really interesting. Pulling out the pistol, back to the AWP. Oh, he misses the shot, gets himself the headshot though. Doesn't know where the next guy is going to be coming from. Gets caught off guard by Henny. Still a chance here, 25 seconds to get across. And Taco is going to make his way quickly onto the angles, but he's not going to be there fast enough to stop the plant from going down. Henny can still clutch this round. In fact, he has the advantage to do so. Trying to bait out a position. Quick shot rattled off there as the bomb is yet to be planted. Now there could be problems for Henny. Has to go for the plant surely. There's only 8 seconds left to plant the bomb. Taco's just waiting. He's allowing Henny to maybe fake himself out. He's got, oh no!
What is he doing?
Oh no, he can't win the round now.
Oh, he went for the hero play.
Oh my goodness, he's done it, James. What happened there? 2 in the moment. Oh my. Oh, that's a bad miss, isn't it? That's a bad miss.
You hate to see it, Dan. You hate to see it. He tried.
He outgamed himself, Yanko.
Yes, exactly, Dan. If you only let me finish, I would have said that, but now you can talk.
It's awesome that he had the guts to try that, because it's not often you will see somebody try to go for one of those plays where you might lose by timeout. You know, he's not afraid to make what he thinks is the right play. So props to him, but SK with a landslide first half. Comeback mounted by Immortals, but eventually, and I feel like they had to, SK take it over the line at some point. So congratulations to SK for winning that one after a difficult first map.
Definitely going to be interesting to see again the development of just KNG on the team of Immortals, but obviously SK, they are quite scary. You can see the amount of individual plays that can just, like, you have a plan for a round. The plan doesn't really involve getting a double, for example, with the Mag 7 being untradeable in that way, but they had that set up. And the thing is, even for SK, they're not in that round where everything swung back into the favor of SK, and they were able to bring themselves a win from it. You know, they don't necessarily know 100% that, okay, this round Immortals going to play 3 players towards the A-long position. So there's a bit of fortune going there in the favor of SK as well. But that T side was really, of course, where all the damage was done. What was it, like 10-1, I think, before the round?
It was pretty huge.
It was something like that, 11-1 maybe. But yeah, you can see the performances here. COUBBLE having a nice game.
Nice. Very good game from COUBBLE. Again, the first half was monstrous. Immortals, you know, catching up, but you felt it was inevitable. Although maybe not with the overtimes, but I think they had to take it, SK, and they did.
Yeah, absolutely. We will be getting a player from SK onto the desk at some point, or the desk rather, into the studio in a little bit. We're trying to grab somebody as we speak, so if that's something you're interested in, don't tune out just yet. I mean, as far as the Brazilian teams go, James, there's actually a lot of cool things that we can possibly ask him to get some insights there. You know, yesterday we were talking to Steel about Luminosity, which is a really interesting one, and it's kind of a cool storyline too, because SK were once sort of in that position themselves, and a lot of these players have played with each other. So that's going to be cool to ask him some questions in that vein of discussion. But it's quite cool now also that we are getting more of a sense of who's going to make the finals. SK, they look pretty good. At the beginning of the season, obviously they just got new man Phelps in there. It's been quite some development, but it's looking really solid. It's starting to look very, very solid, and it looks like we're soon ready to check out the leaderboard. So let's get that on screen and see how things are developing at the moment after those matches have been played. There we go. So here is the leaderboard, and this is where things stand at the moment. Cloud9, SK, Liquid, and Optic on the top at the moment. Obviously, there's still some shuffling potentially for that 4th position to be done, and we'll have to see how that goes.
What do you think about this leaderboard?
What do you mean? By the teams who passed to the group?
Well, you're in the leaderboard, right? So how do you feel about it? What's your opinion?
I don't get the question. Like, what's my opinion on getting to
first
positions?
You're second at the moment. Are you happy with second? Should you be first?
Okay,
Should you be 5th?
All right. You're using some hard English with me, James.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
What's going on?
I'm very sorry.
I think we're satisfied. I mean, on ECS, only 4 teams are advancing on each continent.
You kind of blew it, James. It's like just like introducing. We're having the magic of TV moment. We put up the overlay, come back. Oh, it's performance on the watermelon. This is amazing. But you just.
You're the first person to sit on our watermelon.
It's true, actually. We saved it for you.
Nice. Thank you.
Dan is very attached to that watermelon. I don't know if you saw the video.
Oh, why don't we play it right now?
Do we have to?
I think
do
so.
we're wasting time, James.
I think we do, yeah.
Fallen is in no rush.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
You know, his teammates are taking the gear and everything.
You're probably not. No, but it's okay.
Come on, production. Where's the video at?
Are they going to spare me? No, of course not.
There
Why
we
would
go.
that happen?
Easy.
It gets worse,
Wait for it. There it is.
This is the kind of low budget stuff we're doing now at Face It. It's just like, here's a wig, and here's a lab coat and a watermelon, go. And that's our promotion.
Quer outra?
Eu jogo na Gamers Club, não tem como. Pula em mim, Gamers Club. A verdade tem que ser dita, é Gamers Club.
It's all true. The boogeyman is real, and you just found him.
Nice to meet you.
O Fê é um monstro! Insubstituível, eu diria. Fenomenal! Feroz! Um monstro! Eu tô com lágrimas nos olhos agora. Pega e abraça ele! Põe ele no colo!
Porra, que vontade de cagar, Guizão.
E fala que você quer outra. Quer outra? Então toma. Quer outra?
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep. The boogeyman is real, and you just found him.
Quer bugar o mapa? Ah, vamos. Você sabe, não vai aqui? Vem aqui no canto aqui, Fábio. Abaixa, vira aqui, ó. Aqui, ó.
Tá virado.
Vai, agora chupa, piru. Já viu esse pixel aqui, Fábio?
Esse é bom, esse é bom. Tá roubando.
Esse aqui é o famoso uma bala. Quer outra?
Me fala, por que você ainda não começou a faculdade?
Quero muito fazer, cara, mas a grana tá muito curta.
Para resolver isso, vem pra Anhanguera. Dá uma olhada.
É, eu também tinha o mesmo problema. Aí eu parcelei meu curso com o Pepe, agora eu pago a mensalidade na boa.
É isso aí. E além do PEP, você também conta com o Canal Conecta, um site gratuito com vagas de emprego exclusivo para alunos. Vem conversar, a gente faz dar certo. Inscreva-se já.
Encontrar um time e começar a competir. O CS é muito divertido e você pode fazer parte disso, assim como esses caras que você vai ver agora. A verdade tem que ser dita. É Gamers Club. CSGO é na Gamers Club. Pula de mim, Gamers Club.
Eu jogo na Gamers Club, não tem como. Nice to meet you.
Speak at once, you took the time for me to see. I'm sorry, honey, nobody gonna leave this room. You had me fucked up in your perfume. Do you wanna know, do you wanna see? It's not your fault that you and me could never be. Girl, you did so wrong. Now you coming back to me asking for an apologize. Now you coming back to me asking
Porra, que
for
vontade de
an
cagar, Guizão.
apologize. You better come back to me, because if you don't then it's over. You went pretty low, but I swear you can go much lower. Much lower.
O cara marcando essa arma aqui, quem duvida? Se duvidar, eu vou te falar aqui agora. O que vai acontecer? Quer outra? Então toma aqui a São Cosme e Damião.
Come back to me, because if you went pretty. Come back to me, because if you went pretty. Much lower.